Hello, everyone. I hope you all have been well. Unfortunately, we have had a bit of a situation here in the aquascaping room here. So now, as you can see right here, my Ellentine hydropiper has not been doing so hot. As you can see, it's been starting to melt, die off in some areas, and a little bit of the cryptocorn pink flamingo has been, a few leaves have fallen off, unfortunately. A little bit of a casualty here, and the Rotala has stunted here in the back, and I've noticed some algae starting to pick up around the Anubias, and so this is obviously, aquascapers, big nightmare for us. And as you will also see over here in my 3-gallon, I've done some massive trimming, but you can notice a little bit that the hydrocotyl has started to also show some kind of a little bit of melting and some white on the leaves here. And now, as I have spent countless hours, doing water changes, trying to find out what's going on, checking CO2 over here, refilling it. Comes down to a few things happen. I was running test kits. Turns out my old test kit was stored improperly. So if you ever get one of these API kits right here, which I heavily recommend to anybody who is actually serious about fish keeping and aquascaping, to get the freshwater master test kit here. I made the mistake, kept it in a really bad kind of murky environment. Turns out kind of voided it by allowing a lot of moisture to get in there, so I bought a new one. And to my surprise, I was testing about 4 to 8 ppm of ammonia, which means when you ever get that little the little vial, and hopefully you want it to be yellow, it was dark green, which means that it could have even been higher. Now, obviously I use RO water for all of my tanks. I'm a big proponent of soft water and remineralization, in combination with EI dosing. And, after, water changes, 80% water change, everything, it was still happening. Optimizing my CO2, making sure that it's running right, making sure I'm dosing correctly. Turns out, one of the worst things you could ever do is let your RO filter go, essentially run too hard. Now, what I'll do is show you real quick where I keep most of my RO water. I kind of have this weird little system here where I patch my RO. It's like a simple RO buddy from Aquatic Life, I think. And, I run it up here and I fill up this canister here because my tanks are mostly nano tanks. So, this is pretty sufficient, for my day-to-day maintenance. Filling up, a little bit of the top off and, doing my water changes. Now, it turns out, I had a hunch because I was talking with someone who, where I was kind of listening on someone who had a problem with their RO filter, being the cause of some fish dying because something went on with the, with a few of the cartridges and everything in there. And turns out, I just thought, well, maybe, I need to be doing the same here. So run a test here on just the RO. So just the RO. And what do you know? It tested 4 ppm. So, a little what took me about a week to try to find out, and hopefully, I'm hopefully have caught this at a point where, the Ellentine hydropiper is not going to completely die off here. You can see some of the shrimp are out having a field day with some of the dead plant matter. But, I guess rules, a little bit of advice for, for anyone who is running RO, to consistently check your filter, maybe test it every 2 weeks or a month, just take a little vial. And also make sure, I originally was keeping a little bit of a kind of a bowl that I used to top off make sure that is very clean. You're not rinsing it with like soap water or anything like that. You know, hopefully y'all will not make the same mistakes as I have, and that little bit of, I could take a little bit of, pride, I guess, that, my mistake, my, kind of naivety, will be a teaching lesson for everyone who, may be coming in with a similar situation. And so when it comes to RO filters, maintain the RO filters. So allow me to make the mistake of, running around with a chicken, like a chicken with its head cut off for a week, maybe. And, hopefully this will provide a little bit of information to you, a little bit of standard operating procedure when, you want to make sure that your aquascape is doing, the best it can. First, get a test kit. 2, change your RO filter frequently. Change the parts in them frequently. And also test your RO water with the API kit. But that is everything. I just wanted to make a quick video on that. And hopefully you will never experience this annoyance that I have as well. So, best of luck with you and your aquascaping journey. Bye-bye.